for you.
I'm not gonna lie. I just zoned out.
You zoned out.
I
Alright.
was clicking start,
Yeah.
and all my brain capacity went on clicking one button. I just don't know, like.
Well, this is going to be a wondrous podcast then.
Yeah, I knew today was gonna be a bit of a struggle for me, and
Hmm.
I wasn't wrong.
No. But it'll be fine. I'll carry us through somehow.
You
And
know,
by carry
like,
us through, I mean that I'll try, stumble, fall, and that will be
and
it.
fail miserably. Well, I think I've had a Red Bull this morning, so hopefully that will kick in at some point. Oh, you
Okay,
know
you
when
have
you're
eaten
tired?
this time, haven't you? Because last
Yeah.
time you
I had...
didn't. No, why are you saying it like that?
No, I did have. I was trying to remember. I literally had cereal like 20 minutes ago, so I don't know why I
Alright.
couldn't remember if I'd had
Because
cereal
last
or
time
not.
you did this, you didn't eat enough, and then you felt ill.
Oh yeah, that is true. I felt very ill. Yeah.
I
It's
feel
because
like I'm a parent all of a sudden. I'm like, did you eat today? Did you?
No, I am
Because
glad
you
you said
remember the
that because
last
I
time you did it.
don't want to feel ill like that again. It was honestly so. Ugh. I think part of the issue is I normally have the sugar free, and then this time round I bought the Red Bull with sugar in, and then it's just fucked with me. Like every time I have a can, it seems to like either give me the shakes or has made me feel ill. So we'll see what happens this time.
Interesting. I mean, as a counterpoint to the Red Bull Sugar 3, this week at work, I went to the vending machine because I needed a little something, and obviously my eyes flicked towards the high sugar drink that is Rubicon. So I immediately grabbed myself for it. Whenever you
Is
look
there
at a
high sugar
Rubicon,
in that?
oh, you look at it, honestly, just look at the can, look at a can of Rubicon, look at the sugar, and you'll be like, there we
Oh.
go. That's the good, directly into my veins, please, sir. Yes, thank you, thank you. It's quite something. Let me see if I can find out how much sugar is in a can
You've
of
ruined
Rubicon.
Rubicon for me now. I always thought it was like the healthy option.
Well, it's no, don't let that put you off. It might be fine.
It's like full fat Coke. If I have full fat Coke, it makes me feel a bit funny because it's like too much. It's a combination of caffeine and sugar. It just
Oh,
does.
it's got like half of a full fat can of Coke.
Oh,
Oh, you're alright.
okay.
Carry on. I've misremembered.
How
Did
we
you
gonna
start
get through
recording, by the
today?
way?
I did. I think.
All right. Welcome to the podcast then.
Hello, guys.
Hi everyone. Sorry about the Rubicon chat there. Or not. Well, I don't think I am sorry. No, I'm not sorry. No, I hope you enjoyed the Rubicon chat.
Rubicon is just elite, though, isn't it?
Oh, I fucking love Rubicon, man.
And I
Fucking
swear,
love it.
like, so my nan used to buy it for me when I was a kid. Probably why I was so hyper on it if it's got quite a lot of sugar in. And
No,
like,
forget that I ever told you about the sugar. Forget that. Wipe it from your mind forevermore.
oh my god. Like, it's just weird because, like, when I was younger, I don't think many people drank Rubicon. Like, it was never. I don't remember it ever being available in, like, takeaway shops or anything like that.
No.
Is it South African or African?
Well, the company is based in Canada,
Oh my god, my life is a lie.
apparently. Does this also say that it was founded in the UK? So honestly, I've got no idea.
That's so funny. Oh no, it says South Africa.
Are you looking at Rubicon like South Africa or something?
No,
Right,
my
hang on.
life is a lie.
Well, no, don't
Founded
don't get
40
too
years
bogged
ago,
down.
London, United Kingdom.
Don't get too don't let that get you down. We all have our moments sometimes. We all find out things that are surprising and curious.
Oh
I feel like it's not as clear as it should be as to where it actually comes from.
no, like on
Oh, here we
Wikipedia
go.
it said 40 years ago originated in London, but the founders are Naresh Nagricha and Vishram Fekari.
Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. So,
Canada.
Rubicon was founded in 1981 with a single brand called Passionade, of all
Okay.
things. The company was a result of their gut instinct for developing flavors for specialist markets in the UK. I feel like I've really broken you. But I will tell you one
I feel
thing.
so dumb.
Drinks like Rubicon, etc. are made, or some of them are at least made, in Milton Keynes.
No.
The factory for various drink. I mean, so they got this company's called AG Bar, and they make like iron brew as well. But they have a factory in Scotland, and they have a factory in Milton Keynes.
Big up MK, man.
Big up MK. Whoop whoop. God, I really didn't think we'd start on a Rubicon hunt, but there you go. No, I think it's good. I think sometimes you need to learn something from us. Do you think there are people listening who don't know what Rubicon is?
It's a well, I think the most famous Rubicon drink is the mango. It's like fizzy mango.
Mm.
They
It's
have
just a fucking god tier drink, honestly.
Do you know what? The lychee one is just delicious.
Mm. Oh yeah.
The passion fruit one is good, but it's like
I
it's
like the
not.
passion fruit one.
I do like it, but I think the mango and the lychee are god tier, and then passion fruit slightly less than that.
Alright, I'll allow it.
Trying to think, what else?
I'm just thinking about Rubicon. I won't lie to you, I'm staring into the distance right now. I was looking out the window, staring off, just stuck in my mind, just dreaming of Rubicon.
I really like. Can we get a sponsorship from Rubicon?
Oh my fucking god, can't we? Look, if you haven't heard of Rubicon, wherever you are in the world, right now, you need to Google it, find out where it is available,
buy one.
and get one. If not, get in touch, and I won't send you. Well, if we get a sponsorship, I'll send you all some Rubicon.
Did you know there's a raspberry and pineapple one?
No.
I've never seen that or heard of it.
Obviously, following our upcoming sponsorship, I look forward to trying all of these.
It. I might see if I can find it for next week and try it and tell you what it. Well, thing is,
Yes.
I'm a bit like skeptical
No.
about pineapple because I think it's okay in that context, but like a raw pineapple.
Are you
raw
allergic
pineapple.
to it?
Yeah, kind of. It's like a skin allergy. It's not like a food allergy. It's a skin allergy.
Is it the thing where it makes your lips tingle and stuff?
Yeah, I get red bumps.
Yeah. I've heard people do. I don't know why pineapple does that to so many people.
Yeah, it's not the best feeling. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can have a bit of pineapple, but what I try and do is just try and pick like the drier pieces, which is kind of not the point.
No, I mean you kind of lose a bit then, don't you? Then it's just like, oh, you want that juice.
There's a pomegranate one as well of Rubicon.
Why are we?
Doesn't...
Oh my god! I think no. I'm just thinking, why have I not? All right, look, I'll try and source some Rubicon for myself this week, and I'll come back next week. And I'm even open a tab here just called Rubicon, so that I can remember it for later. I will tell you, I went into this is going to be weird experiences for me. I went into Burger King.
You bougie boy.
Thank you. I can't remember when it was. Oh, it was after my interview.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I just want some food because it was like because of the time it was. I hadn't had lunch beforehand. It was at 12:45. Okay. I couldn't eat beforehand because I was just so anxious.
Nervous. Yeah.
And then the second I finished, I was like, well, I'm fucking starving. So initially I was like, oh, I'll go to McDonald's because it's just literally around the corner.
Oh yeah.
And it was rammed full of people. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just leave it then. And then as I was driving out, I just went, Burger King looks quite empty. Yeah, I'll go to Burger King. So I drove across into Burger King. It was all cool. And then it was like I walked into like the social rejects room. It was just the weirdest. Like everyone in there was just so weird, and like I felt like I'd walked onto like. If you told me, by the way, you actually weren't on Earth anymore, you'd taken a trip to Venus, I would have been like, yes, this makes sense, because everyone was just... There was a guy shouting about something, and he was on the phone, he was like, if you ever say that to me again, I'll hunt you down. I was like, Jesus. What? You can't say that on the phone about that. Oh my god. There was a guy he was ordering thing, and I think I think he ordered the same thing 3 times.
No.
I don't know how. I didn't really. It was just like, it was bizarre. It was like some like weird comedy thing that just didn't make any sense. I was like, is this it? So I obviously sat in a corner, and I actually ate it there, and I just sat in the corner. I was like, no one talk to me, no one look at me.
It's really weird about your Burger King story, right? Because Pierce and I were in McDonald's on Friday night. So we...
Sorry, I don't know why I made that noise.
It honestly...
You said McDonald's, I was like,
Oh, McDonald's. Well, actually, it wasn't a very positive experience, to be honest. So, went to the gig on Friday night. I'll talk about that in a little bit because that was so good. But we'd sort of had a light lunch before we left. We had so much on, so we just sort of had, like, we hadn't really eaten, so we're like, oh, okay, well, we can get McDonald's. So we go to the drive-through, and this is at like 11:30 p.m. on Friday night. So like, you think it would have settled a bit by then?
Yeah.
No. The whole drive-through was fucking rammed. And you know, there's a good percentage of people that are going to be drunk going around that drive-through. So
they're drunk, they're incompetent, they're idiots.
Yeah, and we sat in the queue for like about 15 minutes, and we hadn't moved, like not one space. Amazing. So
had you even made it as far as ordering yet?
Oh no, we weren't even like close to that point. And Piers said, look, there's no one behind me. Shall we just... Or there might have been a couple of people behind, but it was easy, like we weren't blocked in, essentially. Shall we just go in and order there? And I said, yeah, sure, why not?
That seems reasonable, yeah.
So we go in. Oh, God.
Did you take a trip to Venus as well?
Yeah. There was about 10 of them. Just like in their slippers and their pyjamas. I was like, were you all having a sleepover and decided to walk to McDonald's? God knows what was going on there. There was a bunch of like football fans. I think like Luton football fans or something. I don't know if there was a match on, but they were in one corner, and then there was paramedics in there, and then there was some other really odd people, but everyone in there was off their rockets drunk. Like, there's this guy who he was waiting for... There was like no one at the till. Like, they were standing... Everyone working there looked completely lost, like they didn't know where they were and had no idea they were meant to be working. Piers said he was watching the guy scooping the chicken nuggets, and he said he was not counting them. He was just like launching them in, like it was just I can't even... It was just like a bad skit. It was just every angle was just something weird and not right, and no one was wearing like gloves, or it just like looked very... People, when they were carrying the food, had their finger in the chip in the fries box as they were carrying it, and and you're like, Jesus, these guys are sharing like half a brain cell between about 30 of them right now.
Oh no.
The guy who served us, I felt really bad for him because he just seemed really sweet. But there was this... So he went off, and he was probably working in the back, actually working. And the other guy, who was meant to take over from him, just couldn't get anything going. And this drunk guy was trying to order, and between the pair of them, it was like tennis. Like, it was like English wasn't being spoken. And then the guy like starts falling asleep on the till while he's ordering. And like, I do feel for the workers there. To work in that area on that shift must be shit. But it was just awful, and it took us like, I think we were there for about 40 minutes, and and you get the chips were unsalted as well. I mean, that's not their problem, but like, you know, and you just like, I've waited all that time, and I don't want unsalted chips. Fuck my life.
That is the worst fear. When you get the chips from McDonald's and they're not salted, I'm like, did you even try? There's one thing I ask, and I want salt on my fucking chips.
I think some people ask for it unsalted, so then they do a whole batch unsalted.
Fucking cretins.
I think that might... I might be wrong, but
I don't know why I called them cretins.
Cretins, yeah. Damn you and your salt intake.
People out there genuinely minding their health. Just
fuck you. I think, like, the other thing that got Pierce and I was that I could see our order, because being pescatarian, so it's pretty obvious, like, what our order is. When you've got a McPlant burger and a fillet of fish, like, it is pretty clear. And so we saw our order and we were there for like 15 minutes looking at it, just sat there. And all that was missing was the drinks. And you know, and you're just there like,
I'll come and do it for you.
Take it.
I'll
like,
come and do it for you.
Yeah, and you just like watching it. It was under a hot lamp, but the thing was there was so much food under this hot lamp. You're just looking and you're like, this is so depressing.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't think we'll go back to that McDonald's. And Pierce was like, I don't think I'm gonna have McDonald's for a while. For
You definitely
him to
will.
say that, I
give him a couple of weeks. Two things to interrupt. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
First
yeah.
of
Hit
all,
me.
I reached for Skittles just now.
Brilliant.
Like a complete idiot. I was like, I just reached over, like, and
Did you
pulled,
knock them over?
like, I think so. I just eat. I'm eating some Skittles as we talk, but also, I have just checked, and yes, Luton were in the semi-final of the championship on Friday night.
That explains it. Yeah, it was a really fun experience, I'm telling you. There was one nice conversation going on between a Liverpool and a Chelsea supporter who I think were maybe watched the Luton game for funsies, I don't know. And they were both like, oh, I would say good luck to you, but you know, I don't want you to win. So but have a good night. They'd like made friends while they were laughing at the situation, and they were both like sort of middle-aged and sort of, I don't know, like just chill. Just they didn't feel like they belonged in that in that environment, like with all the young hooligans, you know.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, it was cute. I kind of wanted them to, you know, exchange numbers or something.
I love it. So, you went to see our very good friend, the lovely Sam, I believe.
Split the Dealer. Yeah. That was, honestly, it was packed.
I love it.
I was
Where was it, by the way?
It was in Reading. It was at sub 69, sub 89. The worst thing was I thought of it and went, that's not right, and then I was like, I've got to say it. Oh dear.
Oh, and I took a drink as well at the worst.
That would be such a good name, sub 69. No one would forget that.
No, well, it would really stick in your mind.
You might get the wrong type of crowd in there.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be sorry, carry on.
So it was at sub 89, which was a really, really nice venue. It was kind of like you know the O2s, how they have the slightly smaller rooms, like the medium sized ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that, and the sound was really good. Like the bar were really efficient. Like everything, there was seating, there was tables, and then there was a big space to stand and mosh and that. It was just really like a well thought out layout. It was just, I don't know. And then the music, oh my god. So we were running a bit late. No surprise there. So we were working and we left probably about, we were going to leave at 6, but I think we left about 20 past 6, something like that. And we had to fill up. And anyway, so we were a bit late. So we only managed to see the Mez and Sam and Split the Dealer. And the Mez was so good. I was obsessed with their drummer. Their drummer looked like he was
I actually
so
think I've
happy
heard
to
of
be
them
there.
before.
No, I hadn't. Well, I think it rang a bell, but that like it rang a bell, but I hadn't heard of them. They kind of gave me like 1975 vibes, but
Oh,
a bit heavier.
okay.
And I was just obsessed with their drummer. Like he just was just so happy to be there. I don't know how to explain it. Like normally you don't notice the drummer too much. I just couldn't stop watching him. It was just great. So that was really good. And you know how sometimes with support acts people are a bit sort of stiff and they're sort of waiting for the headliner and they're not really moving about, they're like reserving themselves. Everyone was having a great time, so it was pretty perfect. And then when Split the Dealer came on, it was just I don't know, I just felt really happy and kind of emotional. It was weird, like, you know, I don't know him that well, but just seeing someone's growth, like,
Of
from
course.
having him play in Circus Street down at the pub in Oxford in front of, you know, a handful of people and it being like relatively low key, to then being in this packed out venue with everyone singing along and moshing and dancing, and they had these inflatable men that they were lobbing around in the crowd. It was just so funny. Like at one point, one of them landed sort of the legs between my neck, and I just got like crotch shot.
Oh my god!
I was just like, I'm between a man's legs.
Well, there you go. And when was the last time you could say that? Oh, Jesus Christ, move on.
It just made me giggle. It was just such a like fun vibe. Yeah, it's just so nice, and Piers really enjoyed it as well. And Piers is like such a big critic normally when we go to gigs, and he couldn't say anything but positive things, so that was nice as well. Yeah. Oh, I did have an incident in the toilet, right? So I was
alright.
and then I hear that there's about 10 girls like by the mirrors doing makeup or whatever, chatting, as you do. And this one girl goes, "Does anyone need any powder?" And I'm thinking, cocaine? And then I was like, oh no, she means makeup. But she's like, is she going around like, anyone want any powder? Like, bag of cocaine or some shit.
I like how you just willingly accepted it must be cocaine.
I don't know yet.
There was no way it could be anything else. It was going to be cocaine.
Yeah, I think I was telling, when I told Piers, I was thinking, I never use, because I've got dry skin, I never use powder makeup, so I didn't even process that was a thing until I thought, oh no, you wouldn't be shouting about that, would you?
No, you'd probably keep that man a little bit more subtle.
I then had to come out and I was washing my hands and I was sort of giggling to myself, thinking that was embarrassing.
Did they look over at you and go, do you want some powder?
Do you want some powder? No, I was trying not to make eye contact with anyone because I was too busy. It was like, you know when you're sort of scared that somebody can hear what you're thinking? I had that. So, yeah, I was so happy that I went. It was just, yeah, perfect gig. Really, really hope I can see him again soon, because it was just positive vibes. Everyone was really nice. You know, and you just have a crowd that are just nice people. There's no dickheads there.
That's like a dream.
I think there was a lot of people who were like friends with each other as well, so it was sort of
nice.
Yeah, big. So I felt really bad at one point, so I decided to go into the mosh like for the last song or one of the last songs.
Oh god.
Because I stood near the sort of sound desk like for most of it with Piers, because I knew, you know, we had a busy day on Saturday, so I was like, okay, well, I can't go too hardcore. And I was like, no, I need a bit of the action. So I went in, and within about 2 minutes, someone like moshed into me, but full pelt like launched me, and I fell into some guy by the barrier, and he was like a really skinny guy, so he looked like he was hurt, and I was like, "Are you okay?" I actually have a video. I'll send it to you. Like, I went, "Are you okay?" And then he didn't say anything. I was like, "Are you okay?"
I probably got
said,
concussion from your boobs. Jesus.
I just like fully, because I was thinking, I don't know if I'm okay, but I need to check that he's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got moshed into him. Which sounds like some kind of weird euphemism now that I think about it.
The worst thing was, whoever fell into me wasn't there. Like, I turned around, there was no one behind me, so it looked like I just threw myself
you were a
into
complete idiot, and oh my god.
Yeah, so I felt he said he was fine and sort of smiled, so it was.
Yeah, and did he run away and leave and you've never heard from him again?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. So no, it's really good.
Lovely. It sounds so cool. I'm a little bit jealous. I won't lie to you.
I'll bring you to the next one.
This sounds like a pretty good venue. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I definitely go. Well, the thing that makes me laugh is it's connected to Pop World, and you're like, how does that make any sense? Like, and it was really funny because Pierce had said when we last met up that, I really want to go to Pop World
fucking
again.
Pop
and we were like,
World.
that shut down.
And thank God it has.
So
the second he said that, I was like, you can go to Pop World. I'm fucking going home if you're doing this.
Yeah. We did not go to Pop World though.
We did not go to Pop World. Piers might have gone to Pop World when no one was looking. Who knows?
Well, the thing was, because we took the Volvo, he had to drive, so otherwise I would have left him there if he went to Pop World.
Oh, you didn't want to go electric this time after last time's debacle?
Well, after filling up the Volvo and that costing £90, it was slightly painful not taking the electric.
Yeah,
but
I'm actually going to just take my kidney out next time I go for fuel and be like, here you go. You can probably sell this and it will probably just about cover it.
Yeah, it's. I saw this. Sorry, I always bring up TikTok. I saw this TikTok of this girl like being sarcastic, saying, "I don't know why everyone keeps moaning about fuel prices. I pay the same amount as I always did." And then there's these guys in the comments going, "You're getting less fuel for your money though, you dumb bitch." Like, clearly she was joking. It enraged people, and you're like, how can you not understand that this is clearly a joke?
Speaking of these, actually, the TikToks and whatever, I know that you've seen a couple of the ones I put up from the comments that were put on your TikTok, because when I was editing, I was just like, this really makes me angry. Like, why do people do this shit? And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make some clips that really highlight the idiocy of it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. I've been working on that, trying to be edgy with it. But it was just
no, I did. Your edits have been a bit cheeky recently.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to me.
Oh, I love them.
All right. I'm glad to hear it.
I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, even if everyone else hates them, like, just do them for me. Like, it's great.
Well, I mean, as long as you're enjoying it, I'm actually fine with that. I'll carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, unrelated, but I was just thinking when you were talking about oh God, what was it you said? Oh, you were talking about the drummer from the Mez that you couldn't stop watching. Yeah. I watched Eurovision last night.
Oh yeah, I did not see it. So like everyone's been freaking out about UK coming second and all of that.
That was fucking ridiculous. But to be fair, the guy we sent, such a cool guy. Like,
yeah, he does look cool.
He really like. I can't. It's really like. It's not like you can tell he's genuinely got good stage presence.
Yeah, like, he looked like he was enjoying himself.
Yeah. Exactly. He looks like he's really into it. He's really vibing. He's really just like having a good time. And I was just like, I was really like amazed. I was just like, damn, that's so good. Because sometimes with these things, you see people and they're a bit like starstruck almost. I guess because it's like by the way,
a lot of people.
literally hundreds of millions of people are watching you right now. It's like,
I'd vomit.
oh, okay. But he's just going for it. He's just doing his thing, rocking out, having a good time. And I just thought, oh, fair enough. So I was glad he did well. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was I low-key love Eurovision. I feel like it's an uncool thing to say in the UK because apparently we all. It's like
weird
not for
because
us.
I feel like in the last couple of years, I don't know if it's because of lockdown and when Eurovision like was going on, like everyone. I know it sounds really bad. Like it was perfect for being in lockdown because you were all with your family anyway, and it was just something you could all watch and enjoy.
I get it. Yeah.
I think like the English thing to do is we say it's shit and we don't care about it because we don't do well, but now because we've done well,
yeah,
we
exactly.
start caring about
I love it. It was really great fun. It was just fun. So I love watching it because it's like a night of just like a little bit of escapism. You know, like the world outside it continues to be a bit shit in many different ways.
Yeah.
And it's very depressing. You read about the news and you read about things going on. You look at, and everything really sucks, to be honest. And it's like just for a few hours on one Saturday night a year, you can watch this stupid song contest where some people are sending genuine like people who are really going for it, and some people are sending like dumbass joke entries and whatever. But it's like it's just like a little moment of escapism from the shit for just like to be able to like just listen to music and chill in the comfort of your own home. I just like it. It's always a nice thing.
Sorry.
So if Eurovision are going to sponsor us, let us know. Rubicon and Eurovision. It's good fun. Honestly, I love it. If you want to like just watch something dumb for a few hours, check out Eurovision. That's always a fun one.
My favourite band probably to come out of Eurovision is definitely Maneskin, and we're going to talk about them later, but yeah.
Don't make me sing it again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot you had that stuck in my head.
I've been singing it. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, I've been singing this song all morning.
What else have you been up to this week? Anything interesting?
What do you actually do in your life?
No.
What have I done? What have I done this week? I haven't really done lots, to be honest. I've just been kind of carrying on with life, working, not doing lots, just
Focusing
nothing really
on
interesting.
existing.
Lots of things, but none of them are that interesting or even that funny, I guess. Like, I don't know, what have I done?
Just one of those weeks.
It's just one of those weeks. I've probably had quite a dull week, to be honest.
Oh. Sometimes they're nice though. One of my friends messaged me this morning actually, asking about the festival and stuff, and then I was like, oh, what did you do? And they were just like, oh, I just stayed in and watched films and had food and that, and I was just like, sometimes those weekends are the best. Especially if you've been really busy, just having a weekend of doing nothing is just, or doing like very little is just so enjoyable.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel like I've had quite a busy few weeks. So this week has just been. I think I've been just tired this week, and so I've almost been a little bit on autopilot, just like cruise, like just trying not to do too much, just cruising, just moving through, just getting it done, and just like I feel like sometimes you just need one of those weeks where nothing really happens, so that you can just recharge. Because like. Ever since like COVID and everything else going on, like my like whatever social battery or whatever, it's just like shrunk, and it was already pretty small. So like it's very easily depleted, but it also takes about 10 years to charge back up again. It's like the worst battery ever. But yeah, so I've just been chill. Nice. Oh, do you want to talk about toffees?
Oh, yeah, why not?
I completely forgot the name of the band. I was just like,
the toffees.
and in the back of my mind, I was just thinking fudge, but not fudge. And I was like, what toffee? There you go. I'm glad you didn't call the band Fudge. That would have been. Yeah.
And the thing is, it would be spelt with like, it wouldn't be spelt the same way as fudge would be spelled. It'd be some weird Indian.
Oh, it'd be something terrible.
Yeah.
That'd be awful.
So we came back from the gig on Friday in Reading. We the reason why we took it easy because we knew we were leaving in the morning to go to Yaxley Festival, which is the first festival.
Where actually is Yaxley?
It's Peterborough.
Oh.
Peterborough.
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 It's not multiple pieces.
That was odd. Oh my god.
What?
Piers showed me last night the video of Benedict Cumberbatch saying penguins wrong, so like I'm not gonna bully myself anymore about being an idiot.
Have you seen the one of Nigella Lawson saying microwave, but she actually says it microwave?
Yeah.
One of the worst things I've ever seen, without a shadow of a doubt.
It wasn't sarcastic, was it?
No, I think she genuinely meant it, and I was like, I despise you. I really despise you and everything you stand for in life.
My nan always used to call hummus humus, and I thought everyone else was saying it wrong my whole life, and then I think when I got to uni I finally accepted that my nan
were you correcting people and being like, actually it's humus?
I think when I was in primary school I was, and then I started realising that I don't think I met anyone else who referred to it as humus. Festival, right, so it was a fucking long day yesterday. We got up at like 8ish, packed the van up. I then picked up Lily, our merch girl, and Harley, the drummer. Came back. Had slight drama because Harley's train got cancelled, so we were like running like an hour behind. But thankfully, we're always late, so I always plan everything like 3 hours earlier than we need to be. It's one of those things, and I felt bad for Harley because it's his first gig and stuff. Thankfully, he didn't really get too nervous or anything like that. Most people get a bit of stage fright or something, but he was cool as a cucumber. So
when you sent me that video, it was just like, fucking hell, rock on.
Yeah, he just looked like he'd been doing this his whole life, like it was just like nothing. So yeah, that was nice. But we got to the festival just before we got there. We're literally like 2 minutes from the festival, like maybe even 1 minute, and there's this bus. We get stopped and we think, oh my god, there's a bunch of Karens stopping everyone and telling them they can't go down this road for no reason or something.
Amazing.
And we were waiting because they were chatting to the car in front of us, and there seemed to be a bit of back and forth going to them, and then they come to us and they said, a bus is broken down there, so like no one can get through. And I'm thinking, well, we have to get through because we can't, like, we've got too much gear, we can't park far away and walk somewhere, like we have to get to the drop-off bit because they carry all the stuff in golf buggies, so like there's no way around this, we have to get down there.
Yeah.
So I go to investigate. I like get out the van and go walk down. There's this bus driver having a fag. He's parked the fucking bus like in the middle of the road, and what had happened was somebody had parked. I don't even know if it was double yellows, but essentially there was a row of cars parked on the right hand side of the road, and then this Mini had parked on the left hand side, meaning that there wasn't enough space for anything wider than a small car to get past. The bus driver decides that he can't reverse out or move, so he's just got the bus just chilling there while he's having a fag, saying, well, if people didn't park stupidly then I would be able to move the bus, but I can't, so I'm not going to. Which he definitely could have pulled. Someone would have said, can't you just pull down there, like to a more convenient place? And he was like, no.
It was at that point he's clearly more interested in making a point about something.
Exactly.
Even though you could easily avoid it. It's like, I'm gonna
And I said to him, has anyone from the festival spoken to you? He goes, no. And he was about to say what festival, but like I'm pretty sure he knew. So I looked at him and said, that's our van, we've got to get our stuff to stage now. And he goes, oh, well, you could go... He was like, well, you could go right and then follow the road, and then on the second roundabout go right, and then because they like completely like useless directions. Like we knew the area, and I was like, whatever. And you just, I'm not going to get anything out of this conversation. So I walked back. We got to the loading bay, and then they were all like, there's no parking here. And I was like, well, I spoke to the organisers, and they said we would have 2 slots for an hour for loading in. And they were like, well, we don't. I was like, oh, great.
Okay.
They ended up, it was fine in the end, but after the whole bus palaver, I hate being late, so I was thinking, oh my god, time is creeping forward. We need to get this gear out now. They let us park in the festival grounds, and then took all our stuff with the golf buggies, and there was no dramas after that point. It was all golden. The band played really well, and there was a few thousand people there. It was
nice.
Like, it was really cool, and there was people dancing, and the band had decided to do a cover of Times Like These a few weeks ago. To pay respects. So they played that, and there was like loads of people in Foo Fighters t-shirts, so it just seemed right. I don't know how to explain, like it just was the right decision to play it. It was like the sound engineers were really lovely and just knew what they were doing, and Harley was amazing for his first gig, and it was so nice. And yeah, it was just a really positive. It was so hot. Oh my fucking god.
Yesterday.
How hot was it?
Oh man.
I decided to wear jeans because I got up at like 8 in the morning. It was sort of chilly outside, so I put on jeans, and I had a flannel shirt over my bodysuit. I then didn't wear that flannel shirt. It was too thick, so I was so sweaty, and the band on stage just moving around and stuff. It was a fucking sweat box. Yeah, but it was really good. We got slushies afterwards, and when we were in the van, it was so funny. We were saying goodbye to all the marshals, and we were slurping our fucking slushies like children in the back of the van.
Doing a little wave on your booster seat, going bye.
Yeah, bye.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I couldn't have been happier. Like, perfect gig, really. The festival was
awesome.
it was really lovely as well. Like, everyone was in a good mood. Do you ever have those moments where you just, for me, it normally happens at a gig or at a festival, and you just think, oh, I love my job. Like, I love what I'm doing. Like, this just...
Yeah, I do.
This is just where I'm meant to be. And, like, all your worries about anything else just slip away, and you're just like, life is fucking great. Like, this is just... Nothing was that stressful. Even with the whole bus palaver and not being able to get in, I knew we were going to work it out. Like, everything just worked. Good. Even with the train times as well. Like, nothing was just... I don't know, just felt good.
That's good. That's like a strong feeling to have. It's a good way to start, like, festival season, I guess.
Yeah, and we got back about 9 o'clock. So by the time we got back, it was about 9ish. And then we had dinner and stuff, and it was good because I needed that sleep. We watched The Hobbit. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Which one?
The first one. We're gonna watch all of them.
Alright. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's too many.
Yeah, I think I've only
3
watched
films
the first
is too many.
2. I think the issue is Pierce and I watch Lord of the Rings like every 6 months, so...
Excellent. Just a little refresher to keep it fresh in your mind. I like it.
Pierce, the first time we watched Lord of the Rings, he started saying all the words, like he recited it.
Did you have to tell him, like, no, stop?
Yeah. I was going to kill him after a certain point. It was really impressive for the first 5 minutes, and then I was ready to kill him. Well, I think it was, like, more the fact that when he stopped saying it, I looked over and he was mouthing it.
Oh my god.
What is your problem problem? Why have you?
Like,
Why
just
do you know
close
the
your
film
mouth.
that well? And it's not like he's read the book, so it's just like, what is
Oh my
wrong with
God.
you? He can do it with like most of the classic films. He can do it with like Forrest Gump and
Really?
yeah.
I just don't think I have memory for this kind of stuff.
Well, you think like I guess his job is to learn lyrics and memorize things, but I cannot
true.
do that for shit.
No way.
I don't even know the lyrics to my favourite songs. Like, that sounds really bad, but
I don't unless once I'm singing them, they seem to come out of nowhere. But if you
Yeah.
just ask me, like, what are the lyrics of the song, I'd be like,
I don't know.
no clue, sorry.
It's when you're singing the wrong lyrics for years,
Oh,
and then someone
man.
says the right lyrics, and then you're like, how? Yeah, that makes so much more sense than whatever the fuck I was singing.
Misheard lyrics, man. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am zoning out hard today.
Are you?
I
To
am
be fair, I've
zoning
been
out
talking a
hard
lot.
today. I'm gonna watch Best Back and be like, I'm listening and I'm like taking it in, but my brain is just like, woo. Just
Don't
what
worry,
level I'm
like
on.
I'm zoning out when I'm mid sentence, so
It's not even like I'm not like I'm 100% interested in what you're saying and I'm listening to it. But like every time I come to respond, I'm like, wow.
brain work.
Yeah, just nothing there. I think I was gonna say, we actually didn't talk about the Foo Fighters when it happened.
Did we not?
I don't think we actually ever discussed it on podcast.
Oh my God, Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins, thank you. But it really like it was weird. It really hit hard actually when I read that.
Got everyone, yeah. It was. Oh, I just got sort of shivers. Then it just.
Yeah.
It's so sad because even if Foo Fighters go on, it won't be Foo Fighters. That's
No.
And there's such a. They're one of the most well-known bands going. Like, it's just so.
What's the thing? Because they've been around for like 25 years or something, I think. Like they just hit their 25-year anniversary in like 2020. So like they're doing all this stuff and they've released so many albums and stayed good. Like bangers just again and again and again.
And they seem like genuinely nice people. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I could be wrong, but like Dave Grohl, I think I've said this before, he just seems like such a dad. Like, he just seems
Dave Grohl
like
seems
such a
like one of the
sweetie.
loveliest men in music.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird when you see him on like chat shows or anything. He I don't think you what's the word for? I don't think you like expects it. You expect him to be this really like, I don't know, just intense guy, whatever. Like, and actually listen to it, it's just like you're actually just a lovely person. Like, so nice. Yeah.
With Taylor Hawkins, I had some music friends who were with the Libertines out there when it happened, and I just like they were side of stage. I think they found out like half an hour before Foo Fighters set or something like that. It was just really sudden. It's just so sad that we can lose people from such a. I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know.
It is weirdly your reaction is like how I felt when I was just like, this is really sad, but I almost don't know what to say. Yeah, obviously there's been lots made about like the fact he had lots of drugs in the system and things like like painkillers and antidepressants and things, and you're just like, I think it's just like, because you see the video of him literally the day before, a couple of days before, and he looks, no sign whatsoever that that he any kind of problems are gonna happen. No, he looks completely like he's doing his thing. I think there was a video of him like singing I can't remember what Queen song it was, but singing a Queen song like
Oh,
on stage and like just going for it. So he's doing his thing and like it's so
that's
weird
what I
to
was
see
trying to
someone
say
like
with
that,
the.
and then the very next day or whatever they can just be dead. And you're like, how?
I don't know. It's a very difficult one, but at the end of the day, no matter how he died, it's a tragedy, and yeah, just I think it's affected a lot of other musicians as well.
For sure. I don't think you can stress it enough. We all think that musicians and things have it really easy. We're like, oh, you don't, just go up and play. But like, there's so much involved. There's so much pressure
Yeah,
involved, and like you're like putting on a show every night for like a year or whatever, or like a few days off. Is such an intense thing to do. But bands who tour like intensively like that,
yeah,
they have to go out and they have to be on top of their game all the time. They have to be ready to go, ready, and like even
yeah,
when you're not doing that, you might be walking down the street and someone's like, "Oh, so and so, like, can you come over here? Can I have a selfie? Can I have an autograph? Can I?" And like people coming up to you. And
yeah. I think that's the thing I was going to say about drugs is like it seems like an avoidable way of somebody getting ill or dying. It's like it seems so simple. Well, like, oh well, don't do drugs, take it, but it's not. I mean, you think about going on stage. If you're like getting anxiety, then you're like, okay, well, I'll have something to calm my nerves, and then afterwards you start feeling tired, and then you've got to mingle with, uh, you know, people who've come to see you, like
yeah,
the label or whoever, people that you have to be on form with, so then you have something to wake you up.
and that's the
It's
thing.
like
If
me.
someone's come to see you, you feel responsible for making sure that they don't regret that, they don't have a bad time.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of pressure for you to take on your shoulders.
Yeah. So I do sympathize. I don't necessarily understand, but I sympathize.
Yeah, I don't. I agree. No, I just think it's really sad. Even now, like thinking about it, I'm just like, this is really, really sad. Because, like you say, it's not like even if they carry on, yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah. No,
It won't
definitely it
be
wouldn't be.
them.
It can't be
It's
the same.
tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's
That's
so
nice
sorry.
and depressing.
No,
Should
what
we
depressing, but no.
Should we move on to the music section? Or is there anything else you wanted to?
No. Let's go. Let's go music section.
Oh my god! I don't think I told you. Earlier this week, I got a call from the registrar after I contacted them in January. Hadn't heard anything from them. I was like, well, get this call. Like, do you want to book your legal marriage today? And I was like, yes, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be alright, wouldn't it?
So it's now booked. So legally, we are. We've paid. We're gonna get legally married next year. It's happening. No backing out now.
Yay!
Yeah. So it was a really weird day because I had a load of issues with my bank and my phone contract with Barclays, and I was like, I had a panic attack basically because I thought I was gonna get reported as having bad credit history because of a fuck up. So I spent all morning thinking my credit history is ruined, and then by the afternoon I was like, I've just booked my legally getting
I feel
married.
like I've really turned your day around.
Yeah, it was just like a really weird. And then I found out I had to actually go to the bank. Like the problem was that annoying. I had to physically go, and then I was on the phone to Barclays, like standing outside Nationwide in the rain, like let's sort this out. And then I had the confirmation email that everything was all booked about the marriage ceremony, and then I looked and I found out my credit history was absolutely fine. So it was just like such a weird. I was in such a bad mood, and then I suddenly got this like, oh, your wedding's booked. Oh, by the way, you actually have good credit history. You're fine. I was like, oh.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I was really happy, and I got my wedding band last week, so it's all like just feeling very like real now. It's just really.
The wedding is on, people.
Yeah, and I feel less stressed now because like the most important things are like booked. So yeah, just
I love it.
suddenly remembered and thought I'd tell you.
No, it's nice news. I like it. It's good news.
So the music section. Let me get
Yeah.
up the playlist now before I have something else happen.
Do you want me to start, by the way?
Yes.
I'm gonna start with Word Vomit by Losiak.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love how confidently you said
I'm
Losiak.
I'm trying. I'm desperately trying.
I heard Ollie Sykes talking about this song. I think it was this song. It might have been one of their other songs, and I think they said Lozic, or
Oh, there we go.
and he wasn't sure whether he said it right. And I was trying so hard to find out how it was pronounced, and I looked on their Instagram account, and it said, "Don't ask me how my name is pronounced because I don't even know myself."
Well, there you go then. That's fine. So what we're saying
So,
is I could have said anything and it would still be right.
what did you say again?
I said Losiak.
Loziak. I like that. I'm gonna go with Loziak.
I said it again confidently. I've literally nothing to
I'm
base
so
that
in love
on.
with this confidence.
I had no like. There's no reason for me to be that confident about it, but I've gone for it.
Next
And
time you're on a
gotta be.
date, you need to think of this energy.
I need to just say Losiak.
Yeah, I
And
will
I'll be like,
literally
why are you
drop
saying
you a
that? I'll
text
be like, no,
and be
I'm
like,
just
Loziak, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I know what I need to do now.
exactly. I'll be like, why did you just say that to me? I'll be like, oh, I just wanted you to know that you're looking fine today.
You is a sexy person.
You're looking pretty damn Losiak, if you ask me. I'm gonna make it into just a I'm gonna have to on the spot make it into something.
Yeah,
Like, damn, you're looking so Losiak.
love that. I actually love that.
Oh my god, what a mess.
This song, right? Are you obsessed with this song? Because I feel like you should be.
This song was not what I was expecting at all. I mean, I looked at the cover and I was like, I had a like idea of what I was gonna hear, but I've never heard of them before, and I was just like, so I just it starts and I'm just like, oh, okay, no, okay, fine, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I can vibe with this, I can fuck with this. This is good. Um, yeah, it's a bit of a I wanted to use the word dirty, but not like in a bad way. Do you get what I mean?
I put slaps, aggressive, bitchy. That's like
Bitchy, yeah, I feel it. It's like it reminds me of I can't make it. It reminds me a little bit of Wolf Alice. You know
really.
the lead singer from Wolf Alice. I forget her name, Ellie something.
Yeah.
It reminds you a lot of her in the like style, like that kind of
That's
like singing, but also like more like spoken word kind of
rappy,
thing. Lots of Wolf
shouty.
Alice songs do that.
Yeah, I
Um,
really like with them that they've got it. There's a versatility. Like she has some songs where she's really like not soft spoken, but she's singing in a soft, like like Billie Eilish style.
yeah,
Like, where
yeah,
it's
Billie
very
Eilish as well.
soft,
Yeah,
choir girl voice. It's kind of there's elements of that, and then there's the spoken word, aggressive, slappy
yes.
bitchiness, which I love. Did you like that description?
I did like it. I'm just, I really enjoy it. I really love the vibe of the song. Like the name Word Vomit, and like,
Yeah.
and like you can feel it. Like too busy thinking out loud. That didn't mean to come out. Fuck! I just told someone that I hate them. That didn't mean to come out.
Yeah, I relate
And I
that
was
so
like,
much.
it's just happening. It reminds me of a little bit. Before we started the podcast, Kat was talking last night. He's telling Peg something about cuddly bunnies, and then immediately says to me, "There are loads of bunnies around at the moment." And I was just like, "What? How does your mind work?" Like, just throws it out there. But it made me like in like the best way possible, like that kind of thing of like you're just saying what you're literally thinking out loud. I've done it loads. I do it
Yeah.
to people all the time, but I'm just like talking in the middle of a sentence, I'll be like, "Did I lock my car?"
And sometimes
Yeah.
you out yourself as being a dumbass because you just can't help it. You're just word
Yeah.
vomiting.
I hate it when someone says that, and I'm like, but I thought that, uh, oh, no, never mind. And then they ask what, and I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, go on, ask the question. I'm like, I thought the sky was green. And then they look at you and they're like, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you? And I'm like, yes, I am.
Like, I wasn't going to say it. You made me say it.
I didn't want to make myself look like the fool, but you've made me do it, and now I look twice as stupid. But I think the same thing that both Billie Eilish and Wolf Alice and Luziak, there you go, all do. It's just like honest and real. It's unfiltered. That's the word I'm looking for.
Got you.
It's
Well,
like they're just saying, literally just going for it and saying, "This is it. This is what's on my mind." It's like, oh, all right.
I was
you go.
desperately waiting to see who you were going to say that they sound like, because Yonica is who popped in my mind.
Oh, yes,
And
of course.
Seize the Power. If you listen to Seize the Power now,
Yeah.
you will hear how, like, they fit in the same like micro genre, and it just, they belong on a podcast together. Well, they are on a podcast together now.
They are
on a playlist together. I could actually make such a sick playlist.
That playlist would be
those
a
two
fucking banger of a playlist.
Yeah,
I would vibe to that hard.
I don't know if Loziak's like heard of Yonica, but imagine if they went on tour together. Like, that would be that would be a bit sexy. Do you know who I've just like had this like dream collaboration in my head? Can you think of him?
Well, I mean, all I can think about is Luziak and Yonica now. So that's my mind's gone.
Loziak, Yonica, and Ashnikko. Can you imagine how?
That would be one. Oh yes. All right, give me that.
I think like the world would implode. Like, it just.
That's like all
no
the planets
could...
being in line and like unlocking some like weird cosmic like rip in the universe or something.
It needs to happen.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm gonna make that happen with my music. Like,
if you achieve one thing in your music career, can you make sure it's that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care who you have to like. What you have to do.
Who I have to fuck.
I don't care who you have to fuck. It's got to be that. It's got to be that.
Someone's gonna take that so literally now.
Someone's gonna take it so literally. To be clear, please do not feel that you have to fuck your way to the top, as it were.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
Right, by all means. Okay, move on. Who do I need to pick from you? Oh my god, I was so confused when you put in Jungle by Emma Louise. Because I was like, is this a cover? I was like, this is like, I just didn't see it coming. It's the original though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Because this song is like 10 years old, I swear, something like that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not like it was on like it was on an advert for something. I think maybe.
It's such a good song. Like,
and it
sorry,
got
I
stuck
wasn't
in my
like.
Head. And then I heard it somewhere else. And I was just like, this song's a fucking bop, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I realise what it is. So that's the original, and then there's the remix, MK remix radio edit. So I think that radio edit is slightly more popular than the original.
Okay.
So that was why I was slightly confused at the start, because I was like, this sounds like the original, but like it's more chill. Yeah.
Half of it, I saw it. I saw it and I was like, oh, who's this by? Emily. And a very friend who listens to podcasts, her name is Emma Louise. So I was like, oh, this is a weird coincidence. I was like, well, it's got to go on a playlist. But this song, I just vibed to it, like, because like you said, it is just like a nice, relaxing, like, it's weird to say it's relaxing when the lyrics are like, my head is a jungle, and like thing, because that, like, it definitely says the opposite. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like it is. It's not new by any means, but it's a bop and it's a good song. I like it.
Yeah. You can't go wrong. And I
You
think
can't.
like most people enjoy this song. Like I don't like this is the type of song that me and my sisters and my dad would like, and my stepmom would all vibe to, even
Yeah,
though
I
we all
get you.
have completely different tastes. Like I feel like it's a people pleaser, you know.
And she's got such a pretty voice as well.
Yeah, yeah, like it's powerful and it's like cutesy, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's the
like
thing.
it's
There's
just it's
power to it, but
perfect for
also
this.
it is like a soft, sweet, like it's good. It's one of those voices you're just like you've worked hard on it, and it shows.
Do you want to see a smooth transition right now? Like hear a
Hit
smooth
me with a
transition.
smooth transition.
I think that her, soft, smooth voice, as it were, is kind of similar to Maddie Hicks.
Very well done. Very well done. That was very smooth. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
annoying
Trust
because I
enough by
really
Maddie
wanted to
Hicks.
use
Yeah.
I really wanted to use the word smooth, but because I just used it, I was like, this is gonna sound so dumb, but like it works. It's to the point, so I was like, I'm gonna keep it in.
No, no, no. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Trust enough, Maddie Hicks. I love this song.
Do you? I thought you might.
I really do. It's a little bit of a. I wanted to say a pop bop. No, it's like it is. It's very poppy, but like I'm here
Yeah.
like I loved it. I really found it fun. It was like um what's the words I'm looking for? Oh, my brain's gone blank. Wait, you talk for a bit while my brain comes back to me.
I put that it's a happy anthem, and like the main line of the song is "You've got to learn to trust enough," and I just think that's such a good message. It's like, yeah, happy anthem is where I'd leave it. Are you still struggling? Do you need more time?
No, no, I agree. I think you managed to like bring that back to my mind of yeah, lyric yeah, that thing of I think it's one of those things like if like you can be attracted to someone physically and whatever and like but like you need emotion like for it to be like proper like love you need that emotional thing in there, you need
Yeah,
that emotional connection, and like I think it's something a lot of people struggle with. I know that I've struggled in the past of like being fully open because especially if you've like had a bad experience you don't trust very much and you are very reluctant to be fully yourself, to be fully like honest about what you face and what you've been through. And I think it's one of those things that you have to, yeah, you do have to learn to trust enough to like be open, to be real, to be vulnerable
yeah.
if you really want to be, you know, in something that's real love.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like, you know, like you never want to fight. Real love ain't always nice. Won't know if this is right till we dare to break the ice. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like I'm sure you can relate to like the feeling of like it's not always smooth sailing. It's not always everything is fine, but it's the thing of you can come out of it. You can come out the
I
other
think
side of
one
it, and
of
it's like you can have an argument, but you can wake up the next day and be like,
yeah,
you know, maybe I was actually wrong, maybe, and and you become stronger for it.
exactly. I was gonna say pretty much that. I was gonna say when you're in a relationship and then you have your first argument is such a big deal because you decide whether it's worth fighting for or not, and you have that same thing every time you have an argument. At the end of the day, you're like, do I keep arguing? Is this worth creating a problem in a relationship that's good? Like, you just sort of put things into perspective a bit more, and sometimes you do want to fight and it could be over the most stupid thing, but then
Mm.
you, at the end of the day, your relationship becomes stronger because you either know that the other person was just having a bad day and took it out on you, and you go, okay, well, one bad day 100 is it's not a big deal. Like we can live through that. Or, you know, some people might say, actually, no, this isn't for me. I'm not. The other days that we aren't arguing are not worth the argument, if that makes sense. Yeah, and like when Piers and I first started going out, there's this whole thing about learning to trust each other. I mean, Piers said on the podcast, I think when we did the mental health episode, that when we got together, it was very difficult for him because he just had this battle, like learning to trust me, even though I hadn't given him a reason not to. And he said he spoke to his therapist and was like, you know, I'm really scared that she's gonna either leave me or cheat on me. And the therapist was like, has she given you a reason to? And he was like, no, I don't know why I feel like this is completely irrational. And like they spoke about that a little bit more and, you know, tried to work things out. But if he hadn't verbalized that, it would have become a really big problem. Because I was defensive, because I was like, why don't you trust me? I've not given you a reason not to. It felt unfair. But if somebody's feeling that way, they're feeling like that way, they can't help it. And now we completely trust each other. There's no like insecurities on that level. But I think particularly for men, it's quite a hard thing to admit, you know?
It is. To be fully open about everything is really hard, because you worry that when you open up and you present that real side of yourself, that someone will go, you know what, actually you're a bit too fucked up for me, or like, you know, like, actually I can't handle this shit from you. I'm gonna go and see someone else because it's easier.
Yeah.
So you get really, and you know, like, it's difficult sometimes as a man, you get this like social kind of feeling that you need to you need to repress the emotions, you need to repress these things, you just need to be like a man, whatever, blah 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 blah, toxic masculinity shit. But like,
yeah,
that's not actually helpful, because when you're trying to form these emotional relationships with people, you need to be open, you need to be just more than like, you know, like I like in a song it's got what do you stand for and want to hold my hand for? You hold the door, but that doesn't cut it anymore. And it's like, yeah, that's not enough to just be like all that kind of, like, you need to at some point be open about, even if you don't have anything you think is that embarrassing, just being open and honest about how you feel, what you've been through, what all of these things, and how you become closer with someone. And I think a lot of people really struggle with that at any age, really. I know that I still struggle like with trusting people and being fully open, and it's tough, but when you can do that, when you can get through that and realize that you can trust this person, it might not be because they've given you a reason not to trust them, but sometimes it's like past experiences you've had, it's all manner of things.
Sometimes you don't even know where it comes from.
Once you get through that time, like the stuff that, I mean, like, the two of you getting married, you know, like it becomes something better, but you have to go through that period of, like you say, being vocal about it and working things out, and yes, having arguments, but ultimately being able to move past them and be stronger and have times that are good. So I think that's really good. And I also think it's like for friendships as well. I'm really going deep, but like, it's not even just relationships. It's that thing of when you were saying about arguments and like arguing with people, and you're like, is this worth it still? Because there are some people you argue with so much, and you're like, you try so hard to make whatever it is work, just like a friendship, whatever.
Yeah.
And at some point you're like, I don't think it's worth this shit. I don't think it's worth me constantly trying to be friends with you when we argue, and like the good, like you say, the good times don't they're not good enough to counteract the bad times in the arguments. So it's
I remember Katie and I once had we've never, like, we've only ever had one like proper argument. I don't think we've ever, I think it was only this one thing, and we argued at Reading Festival on the last day.
Oh no.
Carrying like the stuff back to the car, when we had this stupid like little moment, and then we hugged and made up, and we laugh about it now and stuff, and we weren't gonna let like 4 years, I think, of friendship at that point, or 3 years of friendship, whatever it was, like go down the drain for like one stupid moment. It was just like that. I think it was about half an hour after the argument, we were, or maybe slightly longer, we were washing each other down with beer to get the mud off of us because we'd ran out of water. And it was like the most logical thing to do was, oh, okay, we've got beer left over, let's get the mud off our hands with that.
I love that. Reminds me of being like, you know, when you're young and you have an argument with your best friend or whatever, and you're like, that's it, they're not friends with me anymore, and you go home and you're like crying to your parents, like, we're not friends anymore, and the next day you've both forgotten about it, and then you're back to I just find that so like, I love that innocence that like you can have it, like in that moment it seems like you've had the worst argument ever, and you tell someone about it who's older, and they're like, he stole my pen and wouldn't give it back, and now we're not friends anymore. I'm like, oh fucking hell, Jesus.
He's like, I've got real problems.
I had to fill up the car with diesel earlier. What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah,
Shut up, your fucking
yourself.
pen.
Oh dear.
But this song is really, it really.
Sorry, yeah, we're doing the music section. Cross.
Honestly, I went so into it,
Good.
but yeah, like it's a really dancey song. It's a really boppy song. It really makes me like feel. It's for something so intense. It's like quite a nice way of doing it, because like we've gone into this really in-depth thing because that's what comes out of the lyrics for me, but also just on the face of it, it's just like it's a vibe, you know, like I was like doing a little shimmy through the house, you know, little vibe, a little dance, and I was really I was just vibing hard to it, so it's a great song. I love it.
I almost said cool, and I know that would have sounded really sarcastic, so I
Cool.
stopped myself.
Cool beans.
I had to stop myself because I was going to be like, cool. In my head, that was going to...
Shut up now.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to move on, and I was like, I can't just say cool.
I mean, you can just say cool. I would understand. I'd be like, oh, understood.
Brilliant. Oh god, I just did it with brilliant. Kill me. Okay, berries. Berries. We're gonna talk about berries.
Okay.
By Casio, Sleepermane, and Tar.
Well done. Very good. No, that was good. I liked that. Confidence. Let's go.
Okay.
Nice.
Brilliant.
There's a reason I put this song in.
It threw me because your other. I won't like. Oh, we already mentioned Måneskin, so. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I won't ruin the surprise.
Surprise.
But like these 3 songs just completely opposite to one another, and this is like a chill, like background music type instrumentally job. Like it's just not what I was expecting.
No. Well, I won't lie to you. I kind of low-key put it in there because I was like, there are no lyrics to this.
Yeah, it threw me.
I can't go lyrical, like, analyst, whatever, because they're not there to analyze. No, you know, I was listening to, because like lots of the time I'm like working on things and I just need something in the background to like, I'm not very good at working in silence. You know how there are people who can work really well in silence?
Nope, I can't.
It's just like silence and occasionally like someone scribbling down or like.
But silence isn't silence. That's the thing. If it was
exactly.
silence, it might be different. But there's like you then hear like the clock ticking really faintly, or someone like leaning back on their chair, or someone scratching, and it's like everything just sounds so loud, and it's just too much, and it's just like. You have to distract yourself with something else. And then you've got to try and make sure that whatever you're distracting yourself with doesn't distract you from what you're doing, like work-wise. So it's just like, that's why I think with sixth form, like, I don't know with what yours was like, but with our common room, we had like a year 12 area and a year 13 area, but it was like an open planned jobby. And everyone had desks that they sort of meant to do work at, but the thing is you could never fucking concentrate because someone was always pissing around. And the thing is, I ended up pissing around the whole time because it was never quiet enough. If I wanted to actually get work done, I'd put my headphones on full fucking blast, and then people would be like judging you. So I don't know, just
I can relate. We had that in our in our like, I don't know what, basically it's like a study area kind of thing. But yeah, like you'd go in there and the computer would be there, and you'd go in and be like, I need to do this revision or whatever. Yeah. And then you'd fuck about and you wouldn't get anything done because like you're sat next to each other and you can't help but like piss about and mess and do stupid stuff. But I even find in the office, like I was talking to my parents about this, the thing I find working around people is that you realise that some people do things that annoy the living fuck out of you. But I always find I need my earphones in to like basically block out these kind of weird sounds of people making noises or like whatever, and like building noises and all that kind of crap. And even like you say, sitting in silence is like you hear like you realize your chair has got a squeak to it or something. You know, like you like realize it's got like this. You find this point where you're leaning, you're like, oh, it slightly squeaks, or like there's a bird outside that won't shut up, or like there's a and something you just find something to piss you off. So I need something to like distracts, you know, and do, and that's what music like this does. It just helps detach a little bit from what's actually going on and kind of lets me be in a kind of bubble where I'm just, it's not enough for me to be like, oh, I'm completely gone, not focusing on my work or whatever I need to do, but it just helps provide like a buffer, and it's really nice. I really love this kind of stuff, and I really like this kind of calm, chill, like it's a bit lo-fi.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It gives me like Sky Full of Stars vibes. Like
it's like an acoustic Sky Full of Stars or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like definitely. Laid back, like I get you.
I'm glad you get me on that level. Like,
no, I do. I just the chord progression in this. Yeah, I see that definitely.
If you want a track to sort of focus, like fixate on, then it's probably the one for you.
Absolutely. Because I have lots of different things I like to listen to that help me focus. Sometimes I'll listen to like something piano, like some Chopin or something, or you know, like something like sometimes I like that, and sometimes I like something more like this, like lo-fi. Sometimes I'll listen to whatever comes on. But shall I hit you up with your last one?
Oh yeah,
I'd love it. So this is Shit Show by Peter McPoland.
And we've spoken about him before.
We have.
Because I think it was Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I think so. Don't hold me to that. I can't remember for sure. But we've definitely spoken about Peter before.
What did you want to have to say about this banger?
The chorus got stuck in my head. The chorus got absolutely stuck deep in my head. Just honestly, it's a shit show. My God, but it's this show. I want to be there. I was like, it's a bit like life, really, isn't it? It's a bit like life. It's a complete fucking shit show. It's a fucking disaster. Lots of I feel like on a daily basis, I am a complete disaster, beginning to end. But there are some days where it's everything's like, we've had those episodes of the podcast, right? And it's like we're both clearly falling apart. It's an absolute shit show, but we've had so much fun doing it.
It's been therapeutic, and that's it. It's kind of like the acceptance of everything's going wrong, but you're you're kind of still happy and you don't really give a fuck. Like it's okay.
Exactly that.
It's when it's like pissing down with rain and you're stood there and you kind of enjoy it because you're like, my makeup's run down my face, my hair is now fucked, my socks are soggy, but all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh now. It's the only thing that's gonna make it okay.
Oh, hi there. It's me, Chris, live in the editing suite, otherwise known as my room, where I often am anyway, just without the camera watching me. And I thought I'd just record a very brief kind of 2-minute thing to explain why the next 2 minutes of the actual podcast have disappeared. And in many ways they have. To put it briefly, Kat had a minor emergency taking place during the next 2 minutes, so she went to deal with that. But I did not realise this. So I was sat here for 2 minutes talking about the song, not really adding a lot at all, just kind of rambling on, taking it on some strange tangential thing, and it was basically useless for everything. So I decided it was easier just to remove it, explain why there's a bit of a cut here, and otherwise just say hi. You know, it's not often that we get to catch up like this. Say, you know, how's life? How are you doing? Thanks for making it this far into the podcast. You know, give my regards to your family as well, of course. Doing anything nice? Doing anything good apart from listening to the rest of the podcast? Cool. No, that sounds really good. See, I tried to leave a little space in there where you could have said what you were doing, but I realised that on reflection it wasn't actually long enough to be any use whatsoever. Anyway, I think this whole meta strange section is kind of... it's served its purpose now, so I guess we'll get back to the podcast.
I genuinely have no idea what you were saying. Sorry, welcome. Again? I was just going to say, like, welcome back, guys. I had a slight emergency. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you should keep in the clip of you talking, because you probably said some really interesting things.
I don't know if I did. I think I was lost in a bit. I think I was just in my own world for a bit there. I think I was in my own little world, in my own little...
Brilliant.
Just rambling.
Give me the gist of it. Like, what did you say about the song?
What was I saying? Oh, I know what I was saying. I was saying about the vibe of the song. It had...
Oh, yeah.
I said, and I quote, it has fuck it vibes. Because it's like that feeling of like everything's going wrong, but you don't care. You know? It's got that feeling to it of like, I don't care if everything's going wrong. I don't care if like, what's going on. I'm just vibing. I'm just going. I'm just carrying on. And this song has that kind of feeling of like not caring about what's happening.
This song has literally been stuck in my head for about 2 weeks now. I listen to it every time I'm in the car. His voice, man. His voice. Oh, I'm so in love. Like,
I get it. Definitely.
And his little riffs and voice breaks and It's
very like it's very real. Like, it sounds cliche, but it's very real. His voice.
And he does TikToks where you can like hear him just singing a cappella, and you can tell that like it is his. Yeah, it's.
I've not actually checked them out. Maybe I should.
It's not effects, you know, like a lot of sort of pop artists, you can't necessarily tell what they sound like without a microphone or anything like that. And
yeah, because it gets polished and everything else. And
completely, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like
no.
He sounds a bit like everything. I remember when I saw them live, I was shocked like how much they sounded like they do on the track, and that is his voice. Like, it just got me. But yeah,
that's something I always love about everything. It's a very real like sounds there. Like, I think it's like almost what you see is what you get, you know, and I love that about them.
Definitely, yeah. And this song, honestly, if you listen to it, I apologise because you will have it stuck in your head, and well, I'm not going to apologise because it will make your life better. So
It will, but it definitely gets stuck deep in your mind, 100%. In fact,
like,
the only song
not much
which has
to
got
the lyrics either, is there?
No.
So it's
exactly.
just like you're just singing shit show on repeat, like.
Exactly. I'm just like, yeah, like the rhyme is shit show, this show, and I'm like, I'll take it. I love it. What was I saying? The only other song which has got rooted in my head in the same way as that is Supermodel by Maneskin.
Yeah, good one. I like that.
I love this song. I love this song so much.
It took me by surprise. It's a lot more pop than like their older stuff. Like, it's not as heavy. And actually, like, if someone said that to me, I'd be a bit twitchy. If they said, "Oh, okay, they've gone a bit more pop than rock, because I tend to like lean more towards the rocky side. But it fucking works. It's so catchy, and I am in love. I didn't know about this fucking song until I saw you had it in the playlist yesterday. I was so angry with myself because I love Maneskin. Like, oh.
I mean, it literally came out on Friday.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, okay. So I can't hate
Or, like,
myself.
when did it come out? I can't remember. It literally just came out the other day.
Oh, I was so annoyed. I was like, how the fuck had I been missing out on... Oh, okay. I feel better.
No, literally, because they performed it at Eurovision, actually. They did it.
Did
like,
they? Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
missed Eurovision as well.
It was like their first like live performance of it. It's
Wow.
You know, I like it. You know, it is a bit more poppy, but it's also still them.
Yeah.
It's not so detached.
Oh no,
from
definitely.
what you expect from them.
You've still got the funky guitar
Yeah.
riffs going over the top. They've experimented, like, it's still Maneskin. It's not like a complete, you know, with artists how they completely reinvent themselves for an album. It's not like that. It's still Maneskin. It's just more easy listening, I would say, than their other stuff is like more rocking out to. This is more vibing to.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
100%.
My millennial lingo.
It does. It's I mean, from a basic English point of view, like, obviously it's nice to have a song they sing in English for me, because I don't speak Italian. That's purely it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love their Italian music. Don't get me wrong. I can rock out to that just fine.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I was like, oh, I understand this one. This is good. Like, and I don't think that, I'm not saying they should have to write songs in English, because that would be just, you know,
every now and again it's cute.
It's cute. It's cute. And you know what I love? Again, I love his voice. I'm really just, because again, it's like, it's not perfect. It's not polished. It's not like,
yeah,
there's
I love that.
rasp to it, and there's like, you know, and there's little voice breaks and cracks in it, and it's like, it just hits so much harder.
Yeah.
Because it's not trying to be like auto-tuned or whatever to perfection. It feels live almost, you know?
Yeah.
And I really love that feel to it.
Yeah, defo.
You good? You good there?
Yeah, I'm good. I zoned out. There wasn't a problem. I just zoned out. No, I was daydreaming about Maneskin. I was thinking about them smoking and their attractiveness, if I'm honest.
I honestly, I know we said it last year, and again, like, you just look at them and you're just like, why are you all so attractive?
Yeah.
It's not, you don't have any business all being that attractive. Why can't one of you just look like a complete garbage bag or something, you know?
Exactly. It's just rude.
Complete trash.
No, I'm glad. I'm so glad you put this in the playlist as well. So I had it. I was so angry with Spotify. I was like, why is this not on my recent releases? Because I've been listening to my recent releases like religiously. And I was just like, why is it not in there? Like, do they not know I'm a fan? I made it pretty fucking clear, Spotify.
Don't they know?
So I'm glad, and I feel listening to this, and like, it's probably been a few weeks now since it's been released, but if you didn't know, they've got a new song and you should check it out, because they are one of the best things to come out of Eurovision.
Fucking slaps. So, you know, I love it, because you could be like, it's the one risk, I guess, of Eurovision thing, is that like, you don't want to become a one-hit wonder kind of thing.
No,
you don't want to just like
not.
let that. And they are just like, they had stuff before and they've been releasing stuff since, and it's like they're absolutely on fire. They're just carrying on doing their thing, not giving a shit, and it's amazing. They're a great band. Beautiful
music, beautiful people.
Beautiful music, beautiful people. Absolutely.
Beautiful listeners.
Beautiful listeners.
I'm sorry for that. Oh God, I'm sorry for that noise as well. I think because I've got my microphone like turned up this week as well, that probably sounded really disgusting, so I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I make disgusting sounds all the time.
Lush.
I've been burping for about half the podcast. It's horrible. Well, thank you so much for listening anyway. I mean, another episode down. I think Kat said last week, but if anyone has any good ideas for episode 50, please let us know.
Yes.
We got some time,
We got some time. Yeah.
We got some time, but let us know what you think. We can brainstorm a few ideas. Please, if you got some homework this week, listeners. Okay, what I want you to do: tell a friend about the World's Greatest Podcast and get them to listen, or alternatively, share one of our clips / social media things with a friend and tell them to check it out, and just do that.
Okay? Yeah, we don't need you to blast us on all your socials, but just send it to a friend who thinks,
send it to a friend. I'm not saying you got to put it on your story yet. We'll build up to the story thing.
We'll work out that relationship. Yeah.
Think of a friend who enjoys weird shit that doesn't make much sense, but always comes together in the end.
Who listens to podcast? Who is your podcast friend? Yeah.
Who's your podcast friend? Give us to your podcast friend.
Who is your Payne to your Preston?
Who is your Preston? My Preston is Preston, but who's your Preston?
My Payne is Payne. My Payne is Payne.
It is. I am Payne. It's true. So yes, that's what I want. I'll see you next week in class. Make sure you do it. I picked up a pen as well. I was like, make sure you do it. But yes, we love you. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.